welcome to Knotty Yarnies. My name is Barb. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, and this is my second weekly podcast. Welcome, everybody. I have a few whips to tell you about, some things I plan on doing in the future, a section I will start to call things about me that maybe you'd like to know. Books I read, things that occupy my time during the week when I'm not doing my videos and podcasts, podcasts that I like to watch, shows that I like to watch, contests and giveaways. What else do we have here? Other things I like to do, like craft related things and things that kind of just basically have been happening in my life. So first of all, take care of some business. Please subscribe if you'd like to follow along with my journey. And I've only been on YouTube for a week now, and I thank every single person who's subscribed. Last count, I had 310 in 1 week. That just blew me away. I thank you, each and every single one of you, greatly. What an amazing week it has been. It's just inspired me more and more to put out lots of content for everybody. So I sat down this week one day and wrote a list of everything, comments people have said they'd like to see or watch or learn. So I'm in the process of trying to kind of put it together so that it's not all done in a week or two, so that maybe I've got a couple tutorials a week and a couple of different stitches to teach you a week, and a little bit of sprinkle of a podcast here and there, as well as some giveaways, things like that. So it's all kind of evened out. So I'm not doing everything all crazy all at once. So first off, I hope you all joined in the hashtag Christmas in July Fairies and went and checked out all the other people. Last count, I think there was 135 Christmas in July Fairies. So go follow the hashtag. Just search it in the search engine on YouTube. And so you type in on the search, just type in, I think you put a hashtag. You try it both ways. I should have checked that. Type in either just Christmas in July Fairies or hashtag Christmas in July Fairies. I'm not too tech savvy, but maybe one of those will work. I'm just not unsure of which one will work. So just check it out and go to each of the people and subscribe to their channel to win. You might have to comment or like on that their Christmas in July Fairy video. So it'll have to be on that video. Listen to their videos. I really highly recommend you watch their videos, because I've had some people that just commented, hi, love your channel, and that was it. Or some people that just liked the video and they didn't listen to what I said in the video. And what my thing was, you had to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and stay subscribed to my channel for the next couple months. And also down below in the comments, you had to put I'll let you watch the video. So go back to mine, even if you haven't done so already. See what the requirements are for you to do in the comments, and make sure you put what the question was. And same with all the other videos. They're very short. They're maybe 5 minutes. I think the longest one I seen was 6 or 7 minutes. So you just do what they ask you to do to be entered for your chance to win. There's some rules, and most of them are in the description, or we tell you in the video as well what the rules are. Thank you, Dana at Wanderlust Crochet, for putting such an amazing group of people together, and of like-minded people, all yarn people, craft and crochet and knit people. Like, what a wonderful journey. Like, I found so many new friends, and during this time we need all the friends we can get right now. I've been feeling the love, honestly, all week long. Just every time I log into my account, and just, oh my gosh, another amazing person just messaged me, subscribed, said kind words. It just really has touched my heart, and I thank you all. I want to talk about the videos I have did this week. So the videos, I started just as I said last week doing videos. So I did my welcome and introduction to who I am and what you can see out of me. I did one video where I showed you how to compact your yarn room, take like your big bags of stuffing and pillows and such, and compact it down so you have more room to buy more yarn. I did my slipper video, a tutorial. I did a hat video, another tutorial. Both of those are beginner friendly, like easy peasy. I wanted to start right out the gate with an easy beginner pattern. So doesn't mean somebody more advanced can't do it. I've been knitting and crocheting for years and years, but not crocheting. Crocheting I've only did for 6 years, but just 1 second. Apologize. My video pauses when I'm getting a phone call. So they are beginner friendly, but does not mean by any means that anybody can't do them, because even if you're an advanced crocheter or knitter, you can do them up, and it's just a nice, fun, mindless, quick project you could do. Something you could bring on the road, something you could do while you're watching TV or Netflix, like easy to do. So I highly recommend those for anybody. Another video I did was the Christmas in July fairies video. That was really fun to do. If you haven't checked my video out, please do. I kind of dress up for the part. So I'm a Christmas nut. Honest to goodness, I'm a Christmas fanatic. So you'll understand when you see the video as to what I'm talking about. And then the other video I did was things I do with cotton yarn and what I enjoy to crochet and I sell a lot of in my little craft markets around here. I don't do those anymore, but when I do, I sell a lot of the items. So check out that video. I'll have some tutorials on some of those items coming up. Oh my goodness, now my dog decides to bark at the mail lady going by, so I apologize. So those were the videos that I did. Hope you check them out. Take some time and whenever you get a chance and look at those. Some of the whips that I have going on. Whips is work in progress, if you didn't know about those. Well, first of all, let's see some finished objects. I have some finished objects sitting on top of my pile here, so I may as well show you those first. So if you haven't checked out my hat pattern that I had did this week, this is it. You can do it with or without the brim. I like it with the brim because I'm in Ontario, Canada, and I like to have my ears covered to keep warm. So if you were doing it without the brim, you could make it slouchy as well. Just do it longer. But here it would, how's it would look without the brim even on it. So, and this is a variegated yarn with short color changes. It kind of gets a little bit of a color pool in there. So that was the one video that I did. The other video I did was my slipper pattern video, and it was, I don't have the slippers here. I gave them away already. They were a blue, like a steel gray, smoky blue color. 1 second, my dog. Busy day in my house today with the dog, between the dog and the phone, and I'm sorry. Try this again. Anyway, here's a couple of ones that I had made in the last couple of years. Here's just with if you've seen the slipper video, this one just has a longer cuff, and I mentioned about making it longer and folding it down. So there's this color. This is just made out of Red Heart Super Saver, one of the variegated colors. That's actually a smaller size than I did. So it just goes to show you can make smaller sized ones. And I also mentioned in the video you can make it out of really thick yarn, chunky and thick yarn. So here's a pair that I made out of Bernat blanket yarn. And I made a cup as well. I just haven't put a tie on that because I find that these ones were tight enough around here that they weren't slipping off at all. So I kind of went, when I sewed up from the toe, I sewed it up a little bit further so that it stayed a little bit tighter. 1 second. Whiskey! My goodness, my dog's not this yappy usually during the day. He usually just barks at the mail lady and that's it. But I guess because I'm filming, he's like looking out the front window, being a naughty, naughty boy. He's a little guy. He's part Shih Tzu, Pomeranian, miniature picture, like a mutt, but cute as a button. He's lucky he's cute. And anyway, yep, these are the made of burlap blanket. They're very thick. The only problem with these is if you have like tile or wood floor, they can be very slippery. But I honestly just wear them for the warmth. I'm always, always cold. And so I need something warm on my feet. So usually just when I'm sitting around crocheting or knitting, I keep these on my feet to keep myself nice and warm. We have like central air. So my husband always likes it on the cooler side. So I'm always cold. So notice the long sleeves. I'm always cool. So sometimes I even get so cool I'm wearing a sweater and a hat, but I'm just a cold, like I could go out in 25 degrees and everybody's wearing shorts and I'm still wearing long pants because I'm very cool. So, and not cool in a good sense. But here's the brunette blanket slippers. Next I've been working on, I don't know if you've heard of the water balloons. These are made out of burlap blanket also. I usually sell them in packs of 6 in a bucket. Comes with a bucket for like $10, and the kids you fill the bucket with water instead of keep having to refill water balloons. I did that in my time. I fill the bucket with water. You soak these in, give them a little squish so that soaks up all the water, and then they toss them at each other. And they're easy to wash. I sell them with a little netted bag. So you put them in the netted bag, zip up the bag, not zip up, but you know how it has a drawstring, and throw that in the wash just like that, because they do get grass all over it and stains and stuff, but they wash really, really well, and they don't hurt when they hit them. That's the bonus part. So a lot of fun are those truly are. And it doesn't even matter what kind of shape, if you had them round, square, I mean, it's just a matter of, but these ones are double thick, see, so they're kind of the shape of the balloon. So yeah, the kids really like those. So I did some of those up. Of course I did, when I'm watching shows and things, I just like to do dishcloths. So this one's a crochet one and a knitted one. As you see, I didn't darn my ends in yet. This is a knitted one. These, of course, knitted ones take me a little bit longer, but I'm always running out myself, and I also sell these like by the hundreds every year. So I'm always like I either have one on a knitting needle or one on a hook, and just when I'm tired of one project, I switch. I'm not a one-person whip. I have like usually between 3 and 10 whips going at once, and every whip I have has a little tag on it saying what hook I used and what row I'm on, because I mean, it could be 2 weeks before I pick it up. I'm not going to remember what I'm on. That is if I didn't print out a sheet. Sometimes if I have the printed patterns out, I'll write on the sheet which row I ended at and which hook I used for it, but lots of times I don't. So I buy those little, they're in the scrapbooking section. They're like a little tag, and you put a clip like one of your not screensavers, one of your little stitch markers or a safety pin or something, and just stick it on your project so it's there. Another thing I did with cotton yarn this week was a Swiffer cover. See where your Swiffer goes in here and here, and there it is. Reusable. You don't have to pay $10 for a box of 6 or something like that. That's what it is in Canada anyway, for the Swiffer things. I just whip up a couple of these, the big ball, out of the big ball of Bernat Handicrafter. I think I get about 4 of these, and they don't take very long at all for me. Maybe 2 hours, even with sewing. Oh, I'm surprised I sewed the ends in. But yeah, those are very quick to whip up and great for a shower gift. And if you were to go pick up maybe the Swiffer or even the Wet Jet one. The Wet Jet one has a different scenario for here. This part here needs to be a little bit more thin, and then it needs a strap over the top because it has the water that shoots out in the middle. But I figured the wet jet out one on my own. I just kind of went as I go, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I like a challenge, so when there's no pattern out there for me, not one that I had found, so I whipped it up and I made a few of them for the wet jet as well. And the last, oh no, this is the last finished object. I did a headband with burlap stripes for myself. I love the bright colors. I love the way it's kind of changing like an ombre look. I love that. So that's for myself for the fall, or even for the cool summer nights. My next project I've done recently, it wasn't real recent, but I really wanted to share with everybody, was when had the fires in Australia. I just put out a feeler for raising money. I had a whole bunch of gray yarn that I went out and purchased in order to make some koala bears. I didn't make a whole lot on them, but I sold them for, I believe it was $30 a piece. Yes, it was $30 a piece, and they cost me $20 each to make. But I was donating that part from myself. So all the yarn, the stuffing, the safety eyes, my time, everything was donated from me, and they purchased, and so everything, the whole $30 went towards the animals, not just the koala bears, but the animals that were hurt and harmed in the wildfires in Australia. I'm an animal lover. I'll talk about animals at the end of this podcast, but I just knew I had to do something, and I'm so far away being in Canada that there was nothing I thought that I could do from here except help raise money for it. So I grabbed my hook and needle and yarn, and I put an article on Facebook. Put an article on Facebook and mentioned that I was doing this, and I had so many people comment that they were in. They wanted one. They wanted one for the grandchild. They wanted one for their child. They wanted one just to know that the money raised when they look at it went to good use. So I have two here that somebody didn't pick up, unfortunately. So now I'm a proud owner of two of the koalas. I still sent the money ahead though, because I did it as one lump sum. So even though she said she was coming and didn't show up, I still wanted them to have the money. So I ended up with 30 orders. So 30. I was blown away from how much generosity and how much people love animals just as I do. And I can't say I'm shocked, but at the same time, I guess my heart was warmed. It really, truly was. So for one whole month, it was, I think, 6 weeks. It was just after Christmas time. And I hooked day and night. My fingers were so sore because I was using double strands of yarn. And I don't know if you've did this before, but it just, oh, it hurt my fingers so bad. But I tell you, every stitch was worth it. Honest to goodness, I just knew that I was doing something good. So I just had to go ahead and do it. And here's the two koala bears. Aren't they adorable? I did 4 that were pink. A light pink, or no, a bright pink was the body. And then see how where there's a light gray on the belly and in the ears? I did those in a really baby pink. Beautiful, eh? Oh, they're so adorable. I had to have a picture of 10 I did at once, and they were all sitting all together. Oh, I enjoyed doing them. Oh, they were so much fun to do, and the reason behind them was even more incredible to me than what they came out like or anything. I just brings back such good memories. I'm actually kind of glad I have the two. I'm really glad I have the two. Okay, so that's my one next project. Now, last month was my birthday, and it was also my nephew's birthday. My nephew was born just minutes, like I think 40 some minutes, 43 or 47 minutes too early, I say, before my birthday, because if he was born a little bit more later, like even like less than an hour later, he would have been born on my birthday, which I had a baby boy on my brother's birthday. So I thought that would have been cool, to have my son on his birthday and he have his son on my birthday. It was so close, so close. But anyway, the story is, I made him a Yoda doll. Shh. I didn't sell it. I don't sell them. That's not allowed. But I did make it for him. So we're allowed to do gifting for these things. So there will not be a video ever of this because it's not allowed. Disney won't allow it. But this was for my nephew for his birthday. I just grabbed him so you can all see him. He just loved him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he just turned 13 last month. Happy belated birthday again, Joey. If you're watching, he's got his own little YouTube channel too. So proud of you. And next, last year, when we were able to go around to fall fairs, actually was it last year? I'm trying to think. I'm 20. No, it would have been a year and a half ago at the fall fair. I sent up, my mom went to my aunt's place way up north past Sudbury, and they have a beautiful fall fair in Massey, Ontario. And I've went every year since I was a little girl, missed an odd one here and there, and that was it. And it's become a tradition of myself, my husband, and my two sons to go with us. Well, that year we went up for our anniversary. It was our 25th anniversary, me and my husband's trip. And we were able to go on an extended vacation because we had my two adult sons, they're 24 and 26. We're then 22 and 24, and threw us a surprise anniversary party. It was amazing. Amazing. Everybody we loved and cared about was there, and they helped raise some money for us to go on a vacation since we never even had a honeymoon. So it was so lovely. So we didn't know where we were going. We just traveled and took where we went, but we knew we had to involve our yearly tradition of the fair to start off our week. So we went up there. I sent up with my mom, who was there for the month. I sent up some projects with her to enter for me to be in the fair. So I made my husband that year, so 2 years ago, an object for Father's Day, but he wanted it to be entered in the fall fair. Touching, I know, because your husband thinks that your work is great, so that you'll win with that. You'll win with that, and you second guess yourself. But I put in his squirrel that I made. Sorry, my dog's barking yet again. And look what Barb won. Where's my name? Oh, my name's down there. First place prize for the stuffed article yarn toy stuffed. Section 12, class 43. And I won first prize with this little guy. I'm so glad now he got me to do it. To enter, I mean, not to make this, because I was making this because he's seen it online. And if anybody's interested in where I got the pattern, it's a paid pattern. I'll link it below. No affiliate link or anything. It's just I follow a lot of different designers, and I couldn't do this, honestly. I just started crocheting 6 years ago, and this just blows me away. And the loop stitch, oh my gosh, that took forever and a lot of yarn, but so worth it. Like, look at his bushy tail. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I just love that. Yep, that's my squirrel. Well, not mine, my husband's. Okay, and I wanted to, that was all the work I did for the last month, I guess, or 2, 3. I guess the koala bears were in January, so that was quite a while ago. Now I wanted to show you something. I also loom knit, and I just want to show you one project. I loom knit a lot, but I don't have any around here for some reason. I gift a lot, and I did craft shows, so I sold most of everything last year because I was not going to do any more craft shows. So here's just one that I found that I love, that I wear all winter long. I have a scarf with it. Sorry, my dog's hitting my tripod here. And here it is. I used 1 strand of popcorny yarn. 1 second. Welcome back, everybody. Just had a very important phone call. Sorry. It's been a busy place today, as you can see. I don't quite remember where I left off. I know I was talking about loom knitting and loom knitting something for myself. I don't know if you know what a loom is. It's one of those round, they could be round, could be square, could be an oval shape, and they have all kinds of pegs on it. And you wrap your yarn around and then flip them over the pegs. And well, anyway, here's the one that I did for myself. And it has some chunky yarn and some eyelash yarn. It's really squishy and soft. I have a scarf as well to match. I don't know what I did with my scarf though. Maybe I gave it away. I'm not much of a scarf person, but I seem to think I kept it. But yeah, I'll have to show you my basic hat pattern on a loom if you're interested. I could teach you how to loom knit. I taught my son how to loom knit in 5 minutes, and he whipped up a hat in an hour and a half. No, it was he was super quick. I should get him to make more hats for me. But yeah, if you're interested in that kind of video, let me know down below. I'll whip one of those up for you. Another thing I've been working on is a pattern that I'm wanting to do for that noise you hear is my jumbo yarn bowl. It's actually a soup tureen, and it's got my ball in there. It's a big Bernat velvet ball of yarn in there, and I'm making just a hat pattern out of it. Oh my goodness, look at that color. Bernat velvet, and this Bernat velvet, oh, I forget the name of it. Bernat velvet something, crushed Bernat velvet, because it has the different colorways all in it. But I'm making up a pattern, and that'll be coming out soon, within the next month or 2. And I also have on my needles, because I also knit with knitting needles. My husband bought some yarn, some charisma yarn, last year for me to make him up a blanket for when we're at our trailer. Our trailer is on 4 acres of property, and it's our little cottage. We have a lovely high deck off of it, so when we come out of the trailer, we go right on to our deck, and we love being out there. And so he bought this yarn. He wants a blanket and pillows. So I started this last night. There's 250 stitches across, and I'm just doing a plain garter stitch blanket. You'll see the colors I find that way, and I find it's just with a garter stitch, it's just a squishy. Oh my gosh, that's Charisma's soft. It's not the softest yarn I've ever felt, but it's not scratchy or anything either. It's a number 5 chunky yarn. Oh, I just love it. The problem was I did use 1 ball. My first ball last night I cast on the 250, and I did about 8 to 10 rows, and I measured it, and it was only 2 inches when my ball ran out. It ran out right when I finished the row. I had like a 6-inch tail. That was it. So 1 ball does 2 inches. So I have 15 balls. So that's only enough to do 30-inch blanket. So I was like, that's only 2.5 feet wide because I'm doing it the length. I cast it on enough 250 for the length. So it's going to be 7 foot because I did my gauge swatch. And so what I figured I'm going to do 2 balls. And then I have bought a, I'll put this aside. I purchased, actually my husband bought me for our anniversary 3 years ago. They had those bags in, what are they called? One second, I got it here. For Black Friday. We don't have a really Black Friday in Canada. Our Thanksgiving is in October. So the Black Friday sales for the States, they've kind of come across the border because to try to get Canadians to shop locally instead of crossing the border for Black Friday, they've been having Black Friday sales in Canada. So the Black Friday sale, he asked me what I wanted. I knew the Black Friday sale was coming up, so I asked him to hold on to his money because something was coming up. Well, these bags of Charisma yarn were on from their over $100 worth of yarn for $39.99 a bag. So he bought me 2 bags. So I bought 2 bags with different colorways in it. So it tells you how many balls. You can see along the bottom all the different colors of balls. You can make 2 Afghans out of the 20 balls. And there's I think they're both, one is a knit one and one is a crochet. Maybe you could just do one or the other. Made in Turkey. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, they're saying you could do the knit and the crochet blanket with this whole, so for $40 you could knit and crochet a blanket for 40 bucks. But because the stitch that I'm using and the size of Afghan I'm doing, I need more balls. So I'm going to use some of these colors, the solid colors in the middle, and run like there's 4 balls of black in here, and I've got 2 bags of these, so I've got 8 balls of black and 8 balls of the blue. So I'll switch, I'll go 2 rows of the Charisma, the variegated, then I'll do a row of the black, and then variegated, then I'll go a row of the blue, or a ball of the blue, or I'll do 2 balls in the middle. I'm not sure. I haven't quite decided yet what I do, but I realized I got 2 bags and they're all different colors. So the other one had 4, I only had 11 balls of that yarn, that colorway, but the other bag had 4 more, so it equaled 15. So I've got 15 balls of that. And he also wants pillows, so I will have to purchase more of that color of yarn to make the pillows. But by the time I finish that, that's just for me a mindless. I've knitted since I was 9 years old, so I could sit there and watch TV and knit. So I'll knit up sit there for 3-4 hours and just knit. And then when nobody's around, I'll do my crochet works, the things that I've got to count the rows or stitches and pay more attention to. Another thing I've been working on has been, this pattern is from someone I follow, Ashley at Heart Hook Home, and it's using Scarfy yarn. The pattern is not for Scarfy yarn. The pattern is for the crushed velvet or velvet yarn, but I'm changed the pattern up a little bit. I needed to make a larger size because I had I'm using a smaller hook with the Scarfy than I did the velvet. I've made 3 now of the velvet sweaters. There's one. Isn't it beautiful? It's just gorgeous, this sweater. I just love it. Yeah, Velvet Cardi, it's called, by Heart Hook Home, Ashley. It's on Ravelry. I'll hopefully remember to stick a link in the description. And here's my one I'm making myself with the Scarfy. I made it a larger size in case I'm wearing something underneath, and it also ended up turning out larger on me than I thought. Isn't that gorgeous, the way the Scarfy yarn turns out? It's just beautiful. It's going to be nice and warm. Like I said, I'm always cold, so things like this and this keep me so nice and warm. I'm always cold. Doesn't matter if it's hot out. I'm always cool. So that's project, and I just have the sleeves to go. I'm so excited about that. Just the sleeves to go. That'll take me about 2 days to finish, and then I'll be able to put it under her projects on Ravelry so she can see my work. I enjoy that. I'm excited for that because she's seen all my ones. I made my mom one in a solid blue for Mother's Day, and my mother-in-law, that purple that I was showing you earlier, the hat, I made my mother-in-law that color of that sweater, the velvet cardi. It turned out gorgeous. My mom gave me some birthday money this year for my birthday, and I was shopping in another city and found a pink crushed velvet. So it has three or four different shades of pink in it, and I'm going to be making myself another one of those, but in pink. Pink is one of my favorite. Purple's my favorite color. Pink is my second favorite color, but I couldn't find any more purple, so pink it is, and it's a beautiful pink. Wait, I will share it as I go so you can see and follow along. So when I start that, it probably won't be until September when I start it. So when it starts getting a little bit cooler out, then I'll start it. Also, like I don't have enough work to do or jobs to do, I'm testing a pattern for a designer. So she got a hold of me, and I'll be testing her pattern this week. I have till, I think it's July 13th or 15th to finish it. So that's no problem for me. It's a beautiful little short sleeved shirt sweater type thing. So I decided I'll be using this pretty mint color. It's DK weight yarn, and I don't even know if they make this yarn anymore. I've had it for quite a while, and I buy some baby yarn, but I'm not even a grandma yet. So I'm not sure when I'll be or if I will be. So I may as well use this for myself. I'm making a little sweater. I don't even think it says a color. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't even tell me the colorway. I just say it's a light little mint or baby green. I don't know. Yeah, it's beautiful though. I can't wait to make it. So soft. Baby yarns are so soft, aren't they? So I have it in my bucket here with the hole that I'll be using just as that'll be as my yarn bowl, because I pull from the center, and then I'll just pull through here. So that I'm working on. Again, I think that's all I've been working on all the time. Let's see. I've gotten lots of great feedback from everybody on my videos. I really appreciate that. I mean, don't hesitate for a minute if you got some suggestions. I had somebody mention that they couldn't hear me very well. I'm looking into finding out which kind of microphone to buy for myself. I want 2 different kinds. I'd like a clip one for podcasts, so I'm just sitting here, so it could have a wire on it. And I'm also looking for one that'll sit in front of me for my tutorials, so that, or yeah, for my tutorials for sitting there. So I'm not sure. There's so many brands out there and kinds, so I'm going to be looking into that. I'm going to do a lot more research on that. So just as I'm trying to research how to cut my videos, so when the phone rings or the dog barks, I can learn how to go back and kind of take that little piece out, and or even fade in and out, and I don't know how to do that yet. So it takes a lot of research to figure all this stuff out, especially when you're not that techie. I'm not, I can do quite a lot on a tablet, computer, phone, but it's all self-taught. So every time I love learning new things and trying to remember how to do it. So wish me luck, because I need it, I think. So I'll try to talk loud so you can hear me. It's only arm lengths away anyway, the phone. So hopefully you could hear me all right. I want to thank Sandy at Crochet Canada for giving me a shout out. I just started a week ago, my podcast, or actually my channel a week ago. And 3 days later, here I am getting a shout out from another fellow Canadian, but also a fellow creator. on her channel. I just couldn't believe it. People were commenting, Sandy gave you a shout out. Sandy gave you a shout out. Then somebody said her channel, because I didn't know who Sandy was at first. I had no clue, because when I went through and liked all the fairy videos, I took my time and went through them all, but I read the name of their channels, not their personal names. So that would be like somebody saying, Barb gave you a shout out. Well, who's Barb? So I was so thrilled. And when I watched back her video, and she had mentioned about my yarn room, and she mentioned that I'd yarn on both sides. As you see, I'm sitting kind of in a hallway. That has to be because I have 2 aisles of rows of yarn in my home, because I'm not in an area where I can get easy access to yarn. So we do tent sales, we do sales, order online. When there is a clearance sale around here, a lot of places have had yarn and tried trial and error in their stores, and then they ended up selling it out. And then I had my money saved up, and we went and purchased like $100 or $200 worth of yarn all at once to try to get me a little system going. So I don't have a lot of each brand of yarn or each color, but I like to have a little bit of each size of yarn and each kind of yarn, brand of yarn if I can. But I just love yarn. And it gets used. I crochet or knit or crochet every single day. No word of a lie. Like, gifts, you could assure that if I'm a gift giver to you, you're getting something with yarn. And that means I love you, because if you just get a gift from me and it's a purchase gift, you'll go, she didn't take the time to create something for me. So anybody that is watching this that I've made something for as a gift, consider that I love you, because that's exactly how I show my love. A lot of people cook for their people. A lot of people maybe go party with their people to show they love them, or whatever it may be. For me, it's creating something, and I can really tell when it's not received well the first time I do gift. So then I just don't do it anymore for that person. Like, it's really well noted, and it's nothing personal to me. Like, if they don't appreciate it, or they don't, like, they're maybe never have crafted before and realize how much time, love goes into each creation. But for myself, it's just a showing I love you the most meaningful way possible. So anyone that keeps receiving from me, they know. So again, thanks, Sandy, for the shout out. And make sure to go find her Christmas in July fairies, and make sure to like her channel, because she just had a yarn haul from Hobie, and I have an order from Hobie. It's a company in Turkey that sells yarn, and she just did a yarn unboxing today from Hobie. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. While this video is going to be uploading, I'm going to be watching Sandy over at Crochet Canada. Welcome, fellow Canadian. I've also, when I'm crocheting and knitting, I like to watch fellow podcasters all about yarn. I'm a little yarn obsessed, if you can't see. This morning I watched Krista's live over at the Secret Yarnery. She's always a hoot to watch. She's fun-loving and funny, and oh, I could just watch her for hours, honestly. She's yarn crazy like I am, and she's a little bit sprinkle of funky like I am as well. And that's what I appreciate about her too. And she's a fellow Canadian also, if you didn't know that little tidbit. She's from Saskatchewan. So, fellow Canadians. I started watching the podcast last night of Needles at the Ready with Kevin and Ray, I believe it is. And quite interesting set of guys. I really enjoyed watching their video. It was an hour and a half long, their weekly podcast, and I really enjoyed it. They showed their works in progress. They told me what they were reading, or maybe Netflixing, or all different things. They told a little bit about themselves, and it was quite a wonderful podcast. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's kind of nice with the two of them going back and forth, but I'm by myself. I have a husband and I have 2 adult sons, so nobody around me that enjoys yarn. I've tried to teach my nieces too, and one of them knits and the other one's dipped in a little bit. She's just 15, but hopefully one day she'll come. I figure she knows I'm here. I live right across the road from them. So if she ever decides she wants to learn more, she knows where I am at all times. So she's more than welcome, and I would be more than thrilled and tickled to death. Even my nephew, he's just 13, but if he ever wanted to learn, I'd be so happy. That would excite me so much. There's so many young gentlemen out there learning to knit and crochet and show their creativity, and I think that's so amazing. So, and my adult niece, she just had a birthday in April, and she just turned 20. Did she just turn 25? Yeah, she turned 25, and she knits, and she does a lot of knitting too, and it's good for mental health, she says, her mental health. And I really agree with her, because it really calms me. Like, it truly does. So I don't know, I just pick up the hook or the needles, and I swear my blood pressure just drops just instantly. It just takes you to a whole nother place. I really enjoy that. I've also been watching some dog training videos. I like that, because my dog, as you could see, is a little barker. So I've been trying to get him to not bark as much. He does good for a small dog. Like when I'm out taking him for a walk, he doesn't bark at other dogs, other people, nobody. It's when we're in the house or when we're stopped during a walk, he's got to vocalize. And it's because he wants them to pay attention to him. So I'm trying to learn new ways to try to train him. And some how-to videos on YouTube on how to use my YouTube channel, like how to edit my videos and things, and add thumbnails and things like that. So I've been doing all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, I dropped my notes. Yeah, so I've been trying to find the best person to follow to learn everything I can learn about making and creating the best videos I can. So if you have anybody that you are interested or that you know of, or I would love to hear about it, honestly, because I'll check into every single one of them, because I really could use the help right now. I got a recumbent bike this week because I've been out of the gym for 3 weeks, and we seen it on the local marketplace, and my husband went and picked it up for me. I'm so loving it. I go out when it's cool in the morning. It's out in my garage, and I pedal for an hour, and then at night again I use my bike that my son bought me for my birthday, and I go out for a bike ride. So that's my exercise for the day, besides just hugging. So I'm really enjoying that. It has its own little tablet holder, the recumbent bike, so I sit there and I could have my dogs outside running and playing and watching my podcasts and everything that I want to watch right out there. My husband also made me some raised garden beds this week. Love them. He bought me for Mother's Day some bushes, some blueberry, blackberry bushes. So that'll take up one of them, and then the other, how many more do I have? 4, 8. So the other 7 will be vegetables, but we'll slowly get those planted. We're just going to do things that are quick this year, because with everything going on, it's been kind of slow getting to the store to get stuff, and everything's kind of been out, so because a lot of people are gardening. So, but I'll be set up really great for next year. So we did that, and like I said, I'm doing the testing of the pattern for the one designer. I've also did a lot of meal prep and some keto baking. I am 21 months into keto. In my first year, I lost 150 pounds, and I have maintained that since. So I'm down 150 pounds, and keep going. And I've managed to stay, even though I'm not in the gym, I've managed to stay the exact same weight as I was when I was in the gym. So I'm pretty proud of myself. So my whole eating way has changed. My whole thinking has changed. I have not felt better since I was in my early 20s. I also teach keto. I have a friend of mine. I'm going to her to visit her and teach her. It takes me all day to teach her all about everything to know about keto. Everything I've learned, I did research for like 4 or 5 months on everything from cooking to label reading to ingredients to everything, meal prepping. So all my knowledge goes to each person I go and help out. And I just want everybody to feel as well as I do and feel and get healthy. Like I just haven't felt better, and that truly is the whole reason. And I just enjoy it. I finally found a way to eat that helps me and gives me energy and clears my mind. And it's more now about eating to live instead of living to eat. And I used to, honestly, and I'm sure I'm not alone, I used to live to eat, and that was sad. That was very sad. But my depression's gone away, my anxiety's gone away. I've come out more out of my shell, and I don't believe that has much to do with the weight. Honestly, the weight was just, to me, an added bonus. It truly was. I went from a size 4X in women's clothing down to a size medium. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. It took me, though. It's just the last 2 months, I say, it's clicked in my head that I'm smaller. Like I would look in the mirror and expecting the large version of myself to be looking back. And it's just something weird to experience, honestly. Like I'm just blown away, and I'm just so ecstatic at how I feel. That's the most important thing to me, is my health. I'm not a grandmother, as I said, yet, and I want to be around for grandkids. So I'm so thrilled that I'm hopefully able to be around for my grandkids. So this week, I'm hoping I can get out there with the Christmas and July fairies more, on my way to 1,000 subscribers, and try to work on that. We're also moving my son. He's a mechanic, and he's switching jobs this week, which is a huge deal. He's going to be into our city where we currently live. Right now he's traveling back and forth 45 minutes one way. So in the wintertime, as you know, Canada has some crazy weather. So as a mom, still worry about him traveling, but I'm happy if he's happy. So I wish him all the best, and hopefully he just enjoys his job just as he always does. He loves working on cars just as I love working on yarn. He's obsessed with the car situation. So I also want to share with you real quick about all of the other crafts I do. So I knit, I crochet, I loom knit. You've realized those. I've also did plastic canvas, cross stitch, scrapbooking. I have a scrapbooking craft room, like scrapbooking stuff galore. Like my whole wedding album is done, and my kids' baby albums are starting to come along really well. So love scrapbooking. Takes me away, and I love making memories and reliving the memories, kind of thing. I also do rug hooking. I love rug hooking. And adult coloring, kind of a little obsessed. When I put my hook down and want to do something like that, I do that even out at the cottage, sit there and do a little bit of coloring, because it's something that doesn't need a lot of items to do. And a little bit of sewing here and there, but mostly not. Like just kind of a quick thing. It's nothing fancy or anything. So, but more next time. I should let everybody go, and my dog's whining at me to go to the potty there, so he's been actually good this last half hour. So if anybody has anything they'd like to know more about myself, the things I do, or anything else, just ask me. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I'm pretty relaxed, pretty chill about that all. So, but until next time, thank you, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. I would appreciate it. give it a thumbs up, or if you didn't like it, thumbs down, just so I know that you didn't like it. I'm sorry, I apologize if you didn't. And I look forward to spending more time with you. I'm so excited. On to my week 2 of my channel, Knotty Yarnies. I'm so enjoying the ride. Hope you are too. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.